For our response bias project, we decided to investigate whether or not anonymity changes the response to sensitive questions.
We decided to choose this topic because we wanted to see whether or not people told the truth if the survey was non-anonymous.
Our hypothesis was that most students would lie on a non-anonymous survey because most students would want to keep their personal business to themselves rather than sharing for everyone to know.
To answer this question, we decided to ask whether or not the students at Washington High School have had sexual intercourse before.
We took a stratified cluster sample by taking a simple random sample of homerooms to get 2 homerooms and repeated this for each grade.
We used random int 1 to 2 to randomly choose which of the 2 homerooms in each grade will get the non-anonymous. This makes the 2 groups relatively equivalent.
We went to the chosen homerooms on the same week and didn't go on Wednesday because some students could come late to homeroom and wouldn't be counted in the survey.
We also switched between giving anonymous and non-anonymous surveys. We graphed the data in relative frequency because not all grades have the same number of homerooms. As you can see, none of the freshmen and sophomores said yes when they had to put their name on the survey, and more seniors said yes when it was anonymous. However, for juniors, more students said yes when they had to put their name on the survey.
On this graph, most of the students said no when it was non-anonymous, except for the juniors. This data confirms our hypothesis because more students said that they had not had sexual intercourse before when they were given the non-anonymous survey.
Although most of the data is equivalent to one another, the juniors said yes more than no when given the non-anonymous survey, and more said no when the survey was anonymous. When we were collecting surveys, a few students either wrote a fake name or didn't write their name on the non-anonymous survey, which could have affected our results.
Also, a couple of students circled yes and no, which we couldn't count and ultimately minimized our survey sample. Another error could have occurred because many students didn't take the survey seriously.
To improve the survey next time, we could collect more data to decrease the chance differences between the groups. From this experiment, we now know that anonymity does change the responses to sensitive questions. Thank you.